Hello. This is Doc Hertz from God Vision Ministry, and we're going to be going to Birds of a Feather. So those of you go to the YouTube channel D Hertz on YouTube. That's the letter D HURTS 3202. Go, it'll take you right to the channel of Birds of a Feather, so that you can see what we're talking about today. So just coming on and give you this 30 little clip. So we'll be signing off on the Facebook, but we want to see you to check us out on our Birds of a Feather on YouTube, D Hertz 3202, so that you can see what we're talking about at this moment. Okay, we want to welcome our YouTube audience, amen, as we talk about Birds of a Feather and what's going on with the playoffs that's happening. And one of the things I want to talk about in mainly that's kind of I guess kind of got to me a little bit is that I'm hearing a lot of the podcasters talk about what are the odds about the Eagles aren't going to win, and they might not win, and so I'm listening, and then some of the pundits are saying that they have a lot of doubt, and so let's look at the record. This what gets me. You're talking about why the Eagles gonna win or if they can win and all of this. You've never, that I saw of the podcasters and even the announcers and even the major stations said or thought that the Eagles would win a Super Bowl. Never. You've never said from the time he went in, it's always been a dark cloud, and only a few people, diehard Jalen Hurts fan, believe that he would be the quarterback, believe that he would be the Super Bowl. And I'm here to say that's never changed. That's never changed. So don't sit up and act like, we've always been for Jalen. We knew they would win. We knew. No, you didn't. Look at the Super Bowl that they won. They got broadcasters when they were predicting who was going to win and who they thought was going to win. It might have been only one person that out of five at that time that was on that broadcast, if that. But they, if not all of them, thought that the Kansas City Chiefs was going to win. They all thought the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win. President of the United States comes to be his first live game. Who does he think going to win? He thinks that the Kansas City Chiefs going to win. So now I know for a fact they were fans there. They spent money. They spent time. They even some podcasts. But let's get real. They weren't talking about, we got this. They weren't. They was just, he did good the last time he played him, and he outplayed him, but they lost the game. And so I'm just like, no, let's keep it in context. You never thought that they were going to win. And it seems like the only way you're going to think they're going to win is that they got to be dominant on offense, dominant on defense, dominant. But remember, when these people are dominating everything and they've got all this stuff behind them, look what happened to the Kansas City Chiefs. When you think that these teams that you think is going to do so much, then all of a sudden they disappoint. So I'm saying just bring it back into perspective. Don't try to make like you got all these. Most of you didn't even they make the playoffs this year. You didn't. You said, after the Super Bowl, teams are so terrible. And now that they're in the playoffs, I don't know if they can win. But you remember, and I'm gonna say this: you got to take it one game at a time, one step at a time. They don't have to worry about winning next week. All they got to do is worry about just winning this next game they play. They don't have to worry about all the other stuff. Just win the one that's ahead and keep the focus. Because I believe in them. I believe that they're going to constantly win. I believe that Jalen Hurts is such a unique character because truly, yes, he's a Hurts, and that's part of it. And as a matter of fact, that's a big part of it. And what even got me to do the broadcast was I got so tired of hearing people just putting him down. And I heard one person say this. He says one thing about Jalen. He says it's almost as if he's not going to stand up and fight for himself, but he does. He stands and fights for what he stands up for himself by doing what he does, and that's winning. He understands football more than you think. He, to me, is the what you call him. He's the Tiger Woods of football. Tiger Woods of football. That's what Jalen Hurts is. He loves the sport. He knows the sport. He knows the position. He knows his players. He studies hard. He's done some revolutionary things as far as who he hires, how he operates his company, who he aligns himself with, and the wisdom of how he speaks beyond his years. And if you just got any semblance to sit back, you would see it. And from from the wife he chose, from the life he lives. Now I know that everybody got some issues, but when we look at the package and how he carries himself as a true gentleman, okay. So with that being said, just let it play out. Let them play the game that they're gonna play. And I believe that they're going to be the Super Bowl champions again. And you're going to have the same narrative because that's what it is. There are a lot of people, and this is what really does. There's a lot of people who really love Jalen Hurts, and they really get it. And what irritates them is when we have so many people that comes against him, that's what makes them say something back. Fix your mic. Okay, man. I tell you what, I'm going to switch over because I knew I was going to have a problem with one of these mics. I wish I hadn't done that. Well, I got so much going on. Let me get this. I really don't even want to broadcast it to you. Let me see. Depth LR 106 p.m. I hope you're still there. I'm going to try to switch over real quick and tell me is it fixed? If you could do that, send me something. I hope it hasn't been coming broken up and scratched freshly here. Hi, hello, Fresh Remy. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if I've got the mic on. I can go through settings to see if I've switched over. Go to the audio, go there. ATR USB. Okay, now we're on. So hope that the mic has switched and you hear me. Yeah. So I'm up here, and like I said before, I'm believing Jalen Hurts is going to win the Super Bowl a second time. And I can't express how much I believe it. So just remember, a lot of the podcasters out there where they doubt, and the sad part about it, why I can't even stand to watch some of them, because these are the ones that's supposed to be for the Philadelphia, is they get to, well, we might win, listen, I don't want to hear that. When you set to win something, you don't want to hear that negativity. You don't want to hear that doubt. Listen, if you got to have that, don't, and these are people supposed to be for the team. So we're looking forward to tomorrow playing the game. They and them winning the one that's in front of them. And that's all they have to do, one game at a time, and watch them go back to the Super Bowl. Because what really you're going to set the president from, like I said, from how he hires people, how he looks at things, and some of the things that the half hasn't been told yet. Believe me, it hasn't been told. And so you're going to find out that the Hurts family is a very unique family, his particular, and ours as a whole. And so with that being said, we're going to look forward to winning the game that's before us. And with that, I'm not going to be here too long. I'm going to be getting up out of here. So thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, and I'll check out and see how it's coming along. So with that, go Eagles, fly, Eagles, fly.